Shalom everyone, my name is Tehila Refaeli. I'm the head of the Youth Studies program and a lecturer in the Department of Social Work at Ben-Gurion University in Israel. I'm also a member of the Interact Executive Committee. I've been involved in research about care leavers for 8 years now. In my studies, I use a resilience theory to identify factors that support care leavers in the transition to independent life and in the years following. Resilience is defined as the ability to adapt despite experiences of distress and adversity. I would like to share some data from a mixed method longitudinal study following care leavers in Israel, which I conducted together with Professor Rami Ben-Benishti and Professor Anat Zeira. The study has followed care leavers at 4 points in time. First in their last year in care, then 1 year later, then 4 years after leaving care, and lastly 10 years after leaving care. At the third point in time, 4 years after the participant left residential care, I analyzed the life stories of 16 care leavers using a narrative approach. The analysis focused on care leavers' resilience in the wake of their transition from the Israeli compulsory military service to independent life. The analysis revealed that after this transition, two distinct groups could be identified: the struggling to survive and the surviving through struggle. The narrative of the struggling to survive group consists mainly of description of their difficulties and their ongoing effort to improve their adaptation and their daily lives. These participants were identified as young adults at risk. The narratives of the participants of the surviving through struggle group highlight their positive attitude about their lives. Members of this group consistently invested effort in overcoming the obstacles they faced. The main differences between these groups were: first, the absence as opposed to existence of network of support. Second, the ability to find support resources and ask for help by the surviving through struggle group. Third, the absence, in contrary to existence of strong personal resources, such as high self-esteem and self-efficacy. To read more about this study, use the link below. About 2 years ago, we received the Israeli Science Foundation grant to conduct the fourth point in time of this longitudinal study. The study uses mixed methods to examine different outcomes for care leavers about a decade after leaving care. We have now finished both the qualitative and quantitative data collection. We managed to interview 152 young people from the original sample with quantitative questionnaires, which was a very challenging task. I want to share some of our preliminary results with you. We found that satisfaction with intimate relationships was predicted by higher support from the father and peers as reported at the time of leaving care, and by fewer traumatic life events. Father support 10 years after leaving care predicted a higher level of satisfaction with current intimate relationships. Generally speaking, satisfaction with parenthood was not related to personal and social factors from earlier years. Rather, it was predicted by the young people's gender, namely female, were more satisfied with parenthood, by lower levels of traumatic events throughout their life, and lower levels of mental distress and substance abuse 10 years after leaving care. Additionally, higher level of satisfaction with intimate relationships predicted higher levels of parental satisfaction. Since we were especially interested in care leavers' parenthood, we conducted 20 in-depth interviews with care leavers who are young parents. I hope that we will be able to share the data about their experiences as parents soon. If you want to learn more about my work, you are more than welcome to search Tehila Refaeli in Google Scholar or in ResearchGate. Thank you for watching this video.